This video is going to look at how we use the sine rule to find missing side length of a triangle. Now we can see on this picture of the triangle we've got one of the sides is given this letter x. That means that that is the length that we are wanting to find out. Now with pretty much all of our problems we're going to start by labeling our diagram. That x that we want to find out, we're going to give the x the letter A. When we are on the outside of the triangle with side lengths, those are always lowercase letters. And then we go opposite to the other side and give that angle the matching capital letter. And then we are going to label the other side length that we are given. We're given this length of 12 on the outside. I'm going to give that little b, a little letter, because that is a side length. And then I'm going to go across to find the matching angle. This is capital B, is the 61 degrees there. So I have those four pieces labelled, 2 A's and 2 B's. I'm going to use those now with my rule up here. I'm actually going to just use that part of my rule. I do have a little c and a capital C here on my diagram, but I don't have numbers for those, and I don't need numbers for those. If I've got A's and B's, then I am fine and good to go. So this is my rule that I'm going to start with. Little a over sine of capital A equals little b over sine of capital B. I'm going to write that rule out again exactly as it is, except for swapping in my A's and B's for what I had labelled on the diagram. So little a on the diagram matched to x over sine capital A was 58 equals little b was 12 over sine of capital B was 61. Make sure you get your lowercase and your capitals in the correct place. That makes a big difference. Now I'm wanting to find what that side length of x is. At the moment, on the left side of my equation, I have x divided by the sine 58. I don't want that sine 58 there, so how do I undo divide sine 58? I have to times by sine 58. So it will look like this. When I have times it, that has made that cancel out over there, and it appears as a times sine 58 on the other side. Then when I type that into my calculator, I will get 11.64. You'll get a big long number, but round that to 2 decimal places when we're finding a side length. And what units do I give to this length? Well, my other side length was given in centimetres, so I'm going to give this one as centimetres there. So x is 11.64 centimetres. That means this side length over here, where the x was, is 11.64 centimetres. Now I've got another example here where I'm going to use the sine rule again to find this missing side x. I'm going to give that little a, and I'm going to go across from that opposite is the angle there, capital A. And then little b for the other side that I know, across from that is capital B. And then this would be little c, and this would be capital C. Now in my rule, I'm going to use just those two pieces again, but I need to know what capital A is. At the moment on my diagram, I have capital B labelled and capital C, but I can't just use capital C for that angle A there. I need to find what that is. If you've got a missing piece, you might have to do some extra steps there to work out what is that missing piece for capital A. I know that all three angles in the triangle add up to 180 degrees. That is a rule. Any triangle you have, the three angles add up to 180 degrees. So if I take 180 and I minus 95 and I minus the 50, those two angles that are already there, then that's going to give me what's left over at angle A, which is going to be 35 degrees. So I could put that on there. I know that that is 35 degrees. And now I have the 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces that I need to fill in my rule over here. So little x sine of 35 I figured out was capital A. Little b was 10, capital B was 95. And then same as before, I want to get rid of this divide sin 35. So to do that, and to have just x left over here, I have to do times sin 35 over the other side. And typing that into my calculator will give me x equals 5.76, and the length was measured in centimetres. So that is the length of x over here.